What's going on, everybody? It's Ryan and Austin with the Real Stories of Success podcast. Austin, we're our third week in on doing a Zoom call rather than being in studio for the show. How you holding up, bud?
I'm holding up great, man. You know what? It's like we're all on a staycation and the whole world is with us. So how you holding up, man?
It's been super interesting. I've been super thankful. I'm super anxious to dive into the conversation with our guest today about this topic, as we are talking about it as well. But there's still a lot of business going on. Despite 3 weeks into just all this craziness right now, there's still a lot of business that's still taking place. There's new homes coming on the market. There's more homes selling every day than are coming on the market every day, and there's some different dynamics going on in the world. But things, the real estate world has certainly not stopped. So I'm super anxious to dive into that. But with that comes a lot of uncertainty, and our guest today has got a lot of experience navigating through the process of real estate. So, Austin, who are we talking to today?
Yeah, we got Drew Schroeder on the phone with us, or on the Zoom call with us, man. So Drew has been in the industry for 17 years. Man, what's really impressive to me is he's a consistent guy, right? So always been around that 25 to 20 or 15 to 25 million a year for the past 10 years. Born and raised in Indy, love that. We have a lot of friends in common, which is funny, but he's going to talk about work-life balance with us, and he's also going to talk about being a leader. So I'm ready to dive in.
Drew, welcome to the show, man. Thanks so much for taking a few minutes out of your morning to come on the show with us and really just kind of tell everybody your story, because you're a guy that, I just recently met, here in real estate. We've both been doing the business a long, long time. We've all three been in the business a long time, and, we've not crossed paths until here just recently. And the more you and I have come to know one another, I just have grown so much respect for how you do the job, what the job means to you and how you really carry yourself. And now even more so in the last couple of years as a leader amongst people as well. So Drew, welcome to the show, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Yeah. We're both Corona Premier guys too. So I've known Austin. I've had a lot of respect for you, Ryan, for a long time. And yeah, exactly. Want to echo that sentiment. And Austin, Lawrence North, I went to Chittard. You were Ball State and I was IU. So we have lots of overlapping relationships. People have always said that we look alike. Obviously, now I'm bald at 38.
Yeah, that's not a compliment. It's a gun. They look like me. So.
Yeah. So yeah, lifelong resident. I would say I'm a husband. Start off like a little bit about me as husband to Lindsay. I've got 3 kids: Grayson 7, Sullivan who's 5, and Addison who's 3. Then I like to say I'm a realtor to many. So born and raised in Indianapolis, and just done a lot of, it's the only job I've ever known. So I've built a business based on relationships and caring about people. And it's been fun. I think a big thing of what I've done is just monetizing my time and not always talking about real estate everywhere I go. Austin, you went to Lawrence North High School. Did you ever play in the summer basketball league?
That's funny you said that. I was actually going to bring that up. That was going to be one of my questions for you. Is that I did play a little high school basketball, and when I say played, I sat the bench a lot.
Yeah.
But all those guys that I played basketball with, those guys still run in the summers and stuff. And I've heard you're a court legend over there with those guys. So.
It was awesome. So what they did is they ranked, I'm not going to go too far down that rabbit hole, but they ranked the players, and then we had a ping pong draft, and it was just fantastic. Well, that was when I started at age 22. So that was a little hard because no one I knew was buying houses. So how am I going to get my name out there? How am I going to market to people older than me? And it was just be visible, like get involved in more activities and things, and do things you're passionate about. So basketball was one of them. So at your alma mater, Lawrence North, I provided Gatorades and water bottles to everybody in the league each week, and quoted myself as the official thirst quencher of the summer basketball league. And back then we had a website, and it was pretty high tech. So a lot of that. Now it's switched to golf. I'm retired, and it's not like I play golf and a guy hits a 10-foot putt and I say, oh, by the way, I'm never too busy for your referrals. I would never do that. But it's just, again, it's just spending the time and getting to know people and seeing how you can help, and being more of a go-giver than a go-getter is pretty much how I've built my business.
Man, you really caught me with the putt joke right there. That's a little late, but that was a good one.
It's a lot of dry sense of humor with me. So
I love it. But one of the things, Drew, that I want to kind of unbox from what you just said there, though, is that you've always found a way to surround yourself, and you've built a business that is, in my opinion, being 17 years in, is very enviable, because it's always been about relationships for you. It's never been about let's go drive numbers. We were talking about this for a few minutes before we got on the show. It's never been about let's drive numbers. It's always about building relationships and creating lasting, meaningful relationships with your clients, which after then 17 years turns itself into you're probably only working with your buddies at this point, right? People that are just like friends and family, right?
Oh yeah, friends and family, and then yeah, exactly. It's just, who am I? I'm the guy that's trying to reach out and always create value. And it doesn't always need to be real estate value. The sales cycle of real estate is, 3 to 7 years before, I think those are what the stats are. So how do you stay top of mind? I mean, at 5, I got my phone here. I've sent 4 text messages to 4 different clients at 5:54 this morning that said Jackie Chan, Russell Crowe, and my client's name, all a year older than me. 3 people that have impacted my life, are all a year older today. Happy birthday. Instead of writing on somebody's Facebook wall like 200 other people do, you just be a little bit more intentional. And I got a reminder on my phone by 8 a.m. every morning, I'm wishing somebody a happy birthday. And it's just like little things like that have been systematic to me and automatic, and doing it every single day. But that's to my point earlier. If you're doing things that you enjoy doing, it doesn't feel like work. And I think a lot of that starts with your home life. And I'm lucky to have picked the right person who I wanted to marry. I've talked to Ryan about it. Hey, I have so much respect for my wife. I'm not trying to earn brownie points if she ever sees this. I know millions of others will see this show, but
definitely millions.
But it's, Lindsay, what can I do to help you get through this day? And it's not just the coronavirus. We would do this on Sundays. And if I can get the kids to where they need to get to, and she gets to go to Cycle Bar or Orange Theory or whatever she wants to do, then I can work as much as I want. I can play golf. I can do a lot of other things if everyone's taken care of. And so that is, having kind of that working together approach. And especially during this time, you can go stir crazy, but I'm choosing to take this as like an opportunity to kind of reinvent myself. I know that I just want to always be better, and that's be a better dad, be a better husband, be better at my faith, whatever it may be, just consistently try to get better, and help others do the same thing as well.
Hey, Drew, I want to go back a little bit. So you said something that I think that our audience would really like to dive into a little bit. You mentioned, playing basketball at 22, and none of those guys are really maybe buying houses, but you decided that you were going to take it a next step. Like, where's that drive come from? Where did you learn that? Is that something innate? Is it something that you had a mentor? Kind of walk us through that.
I would say my biggest mentors have to be my parents. My dad, this is a huge roller coaster of a business. So the temperament of my dad, and I just never heard, just staying calm and never hearing a bad word about him. Everybody likes him. So trying to be a golden retriever and just be nice, play nice in the sandbox, people say. So that's kind of what I've taken from him. Then my mom, she's like the glue. She's trying to always make sure people are taken care of. She knows what people like. Between my three siblings, she knows who wants sandwiches cut in triangles, who wants them in rectangles, who wants them in squares. And knowing that stuff about all my clients has really separated me, I think, and really strengthened those relationships. I know who the bourbon drinkers are. I know who the IU and Purdue fans are. And so that gives me a lot of stuff when you actually show people that you care about them and you pay attention. That's just gold, in my opinion. So,
let's kind of unbox. Just I really want to hover on this point because
Sure.
it's so impactful. I feel, and one of the things that's so important to us is to provide some practical, actionable takeaways here. And you mentioned going and providing the drinks at youth sporting events. You've mentioned going out and taking the time to actually be authentic and build relationships once you do meet people, and that's something you do incredibly well. Tell me, what, if anything else, maybe earlier in your career, before there was perhaps maybe a marketing budget behind anything, or anything else that you were really doing that was bringing more people to you that were doing the things that you wanted to do?
I think that starting out was tough. Is you would get those people that would say, "Hey, if I would have known you were in real estate, I would have given you a call." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I'm sure you guys have experienced that too. So it was everything that I do, just making sure everybody knows what I do. Now they have the freedom, the choice to call me for their real estate needs or not. I had a friend that one of my best friends from high school went with a different real estate agent, knew I was in the business, and it's just it's the mindset more than anything. It's when you get the bad news, you got to focus on good news. And it's so applicable to so many different things that I can't give you, give you straight, just, hey, this example. It just depends on the person. Like, I had an agent the other day that was in a, what do you like doing? I like to play darts. So I said, well, great. Here's what you're going to do. How many, where's this dart league formed, or how do you get the invite? And he said, on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. Great. You're going to do a real estate picture, and you're going to give out, and it's at a bar, and you're going to give out a gift card every single week to the winner of the dart league, whoever has the biggest spread of the biggest beat down of the week. Well, then people are coming to him to talk about real estate. He's gotten 2 deals from it. So I'm trying to think like other things. Like, I've dressed up like Buddy the Elf for Christmas time. I'm doing burp cloth bib and onesies for babies that are born. I think it's right now more than ever, I just picked up the phone and called people. Like, especially during this time, it's not even sales calls. It's, how can I help you? Once people get done talking about themselves, like, they're gonna give you enough information on how you can make an impact in their life. So I guess from a non-monetary standpoint, it's just smiling and dialing and just creating those activities and routines. Like, right now, it's my goal to call and talk on the phone with 10 past clients every single day.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and there's 3 things there that you said that I'd really like to kind of dive into, but let's circle back to the dart league, because I think that's such a fundamental example that somebody can listen to and directly apply to whatever it is that they do. And for this gentleman that you were talking to that likes to play darts, I think you just said it, and that's how do you show up week after week to these leagues, whatever group you want to be a part of. So what was it that you encouraged this person to do besides just show up and maybe provide a gift card every week? What was that next level that really allowed him to produce a couple sales? Because I think there's so much magic in what you just laid out there.
Well, I think that everyone's going there for the love of darts. It's not necessarily like Rainmaker's Dart League or anything. Like,
right.
There's no agenda. It's it's like me playing golf. I'm not going there to necessarily pick up a real estate deal. I'm going there because I love golf. Same thing could be applied to church or charity that's, near and dear to your heart. So, I think it's just getting involved and just being a good person first, and trying to have positive impact, and people are going to get to know you and see that you care. And again, like, then they're going to find out you're in real estate and be like, wow. I mean, I coach a lot of my kids' sporting event, and I'm the coach on a lot of like Grayson's teams and Sullivan's teams. Addie's not there yet, but she will be. And I'm not doing it because I want to boost real estate sales. I want to be a good dad and a good coach. And I say, a good coach can change a game. A great coach can change a life. And if I can instill some of these little principles and these kids, like, that's where I get satisfaction. It's not awards or anything like that. It's when I get these text messages from an agent yesterday saying, what you're doing right now and what you did on Sunday is so incredible, and continue to do it, and be Drew and be contagious. And what I did on Sunday, and this wasn't like I didn't put it on social media because I didn't do it for social media reasons, was these medical professionals out there are on the front lines, and this is nasty. And the best thing that we can do is stay home, and let them, you don't know what this virus is going to do, but you have to let them know that we appreciate them. It was an ER doctor at St. Vincent, and he's got 4 kids. He can't hold his kids. It's heartbreaking. And so I organized family and friends. I knew the schedule when he was coming home from work, and we had a caravan honking for him and having signs and just telling him that we appreciated him. You've seen that with the people doing birthdays on social media. That's cool as well. Just doing these, you could sit there and watch the news all day long and let those negative thoughts enter your mind, or you can choose to do something awesome today that's going to affect your life tomorrow. And that's kind of what I've been doing and what I'm trying to influence others to do.
There's so many good takeaways in there, Drew. One thing we've noticed that we've got a lot of younger people that listen to this, and maybe they're just starting their career. And you made mention a couple questions ago that you had a goal of talking to 10 past clients every day. If you're starting out right now, you're brand new to the industry, talk to those guys that are listening right now. What do they go do? What's their first step? What's their goals every day? That kind of thing. What got you started?
I would just go through your phone book. I'd start with the A's. If you got 10 A's, okay, that's gonna start with the warm people. This doesn't need to be a chore. Like, call the people that you went to college with that you haven't connected with in a while. Hey, how's it going? I wanted to reach out and just see how your family's doing. Boom. And then just these conversations, if you make 200 calls in the month of April, trust me, once we get on the other side of this, and I know we will, you're going to be setting yourself up for victory. And that's kind of the way I approach every day. Is I feel like you can control your attitude and your effort every day. You can't control the coronavirus, and you can control if you stay home. Absolutely. But I'm looking at this as just an opportunity, again, just to get better and try to help others get through it. Because, even I'm not comparing this to real estate, but this kind of, Ryan, you and Austin too, like a bad appraisal, a bad inspection, like we deal with lots of roller coasters. And I feel like our job has helped me, my job has helped me prepare for these adverse situations, because there's no way around it. There's no way avoiding it. You just have to work through it. And it takes a lot of people to work through it together.
And I think one of the things that you said, Drew, just a few minutes ago that, I want to, kind of circling this whole thing back here, from from what Austin asked you as well, is that the thing that you're doing that I just love and appreciate so much is you're still making your phone calls, but you're doing it from a completely different mindset than I feel most people are right now. You're calling from a standpoint of how can I help? How can I, be of service? And that just simply is one question. That's, dude, how can I help? How you doing? And that's what I love about how you're navigating, yourself and your team through this is you are trying to be that, well, you're not trying to, you are being that person that's being that positive, voice that's carrying people through what is, certainly a time of change and challenge. But, by being genuine and by actually caring and by going above and beyond like you're doing, there is no doubt that once we come through the other side of this, Drew Schroeder's world's going to be a hell of a lot better place than it already sounds like it is. So that's cool. So, well, Drew, I definitely want to thank you for taking a few minutes out of your time, your day to come on the show. And, how can our audience connect with you? How can somebody reach out to you and learn a little bit more about what Drew's working on and what you're looking forward to moving forward?
Obviously, they could call me. Do you want me to advertise my phone number?
You can just. We'll put your info out there too.
I'm an open book, man. I feel like you have to learn from other people, especially in real estate, because you're not going to learn it all by yourself. You're never going to live long enough to learn it all by yourself. It would just, and there's so many mistakes that I've made. Like when I first started, I was trying to be this, debt free. It was like Dave Ramsey before Dave Ramsey was even big. And I want to have no car payment and it's going to be great. Well, the first month in real estate, my engine blows up. Well, great. Mom and dad, can I borrow some money? And so that was working to pay that off. And there's been so many, like I said, my parents are my biggest mentors, but honestly, my mistakes are kind of my biggest mentors as well, because it's not a win or lose situation. It's win or learn. And there's just every transaction that you do and every relationship you have, you can take something from it and just kind of build onto this success and just get better and better as you navigate through the real estate business.
Well, hey, Drew, man, you are a solid guy, and I mean that in the greatest way. We truly appreciate you coming on here.
Yep.
Sharing all this, but again, man, if you want to give out your email, you want to give out or whatever,
I'll give you all the links, and you can put it I don't know, in the bottom of this or however which way you guys. I mean, Instagram, Facebook.
Yep.
Drew at DrewCo Realty, .com. I mean, my phone number 317-491-5930. Whatever. I'm an open book. So.
Well, Drew, we definitely appreciate you taking the time here this morning. This has been absolutely a fantastic, sit-down conversation, and I've literally gotten 2 pages worth of notes sitting here listening to you talk. So, buddy, I definitely appreciate it, and you made everything easy today. So we certainly look forward to it. Stay strong out there, and that'll do it for the latest edition of the Real Stories of Success podcast. Thanks so much, everybody.
Awesome.